Welcome to the Village of North Hudson Public Works meeting on Tuesday, October 19th at 5:30 p.m. We need, item number 1 on our agenda is call to order roll call.
Chair Pike,
Here.
Trustee Matz,
Here.
Trustee McGurran,
Here.
All right, item number 2, approve the minutes. I need a motion.
Move to approve the minutes from the September 21, 2021 Public Works meeting.
Second.
Any discussion on what's in there?
I got nothing.
Look good to me.
Yep.
All right, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Item number 3 is comments from the floor, and we have no audience today. So item number 4, the Ridges 3rd Edition, roadway and utilities acceptance minus the booster station, discussion and possible recommendation. Kevin?
Sure. So we were approached by the developer last week to do a final walkthrough of the public improvements. So that's basically sewer water, the storm sewer, the road, the boulevard, the sidewalk. You know, the last time the final lift of asphalt hadn't been installed yet, that's been done now. So we did that last Friday. And just a couple things that we noted that's still in the works is the streetlights. There's a couple up there that need to be installed, and then a couple stop signs that would need to be placed. Other than that, everything, the grass is all established. The pavement looks good. There's no cracks in the curb or the sidewalk. So we're looking to, move forward and actually accept those. There'll be a process that we have to go through that'll be, in front of the village board. There's like a form that we fill out, and that'll go in front of that body, and then they'll be looking for a letter of credit reduction too. So I think everybody's aware. The only thing then is that booster station that's up there. Sounds like they're working through their DNR comments, kind of getting close to that, and then they're going to be looking at actually placing the order for the materials, which as of now, they're saying is about an eight-week lead time. So get the materials and then schedule actually get the pieces installed in the building and then look at actually doing a startup. As of now, he was talking about starting some building foundations up there this year. I think about 3 is what he was.
Yep, 2 or 3.
2 or 3. So, that's going to take a process before that's all up and running. So that would be next year is when they'd be probably looking for occupancy permits. So by that time, the booster station should be up and running. Meet that requirement. So
And they understand no occupancy permits until that is running.
correct.
Hey, like other construction projects, when you do this, is there like a 1-year walkthrough, like a warranty walkthrough?
We have, typically, with part of the developer's agreement, there is that period in there that they have to, if there's any curb that cracks over the winter or any
Right.
of those things, yep, they're on the hook.
Lights that don't work. We've run into that before.
Got it.
Yeah, so the village is protected that way, so. But
Any other questions on that? And from us, do you need any kind of an approval?
it'll all come in front of the village board for ratification, but, Patrick and I are recommending approval of it, so.
Okay, well, we can make a recommendation to approve what?
Basically accepting the roadway and the utility improvements minus the booster station.
Making a motion to approve the roadway and utility
Improvements.
improvements minus the booster station.
Yep.
So moved.
Second.
All right, any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
That carries. All right. Item 5, snow removal contract discussion and possible recommendation. Saw that Patrick got those out. It looks like the same contract except for an increase.
Just a few of the numbers changed.
A few of the minor numbers for the equipment that they use probably went up. They do that every time we do a contract. Any questions for Patrick on the snow removal contract?
I had a question on the direction and control, Patrick. So it goes to you and then it goes to Brian or the chair. Does it not go into is Melissa or the village administrator not part of the order if there's an issue?
I guess I don't know.
That's on number 8, page 3 of 5, under direction and control.
Okay. You have my copy. So I
Oh,
don't-
well.
No,
let me
it's
give
okay.
it back.
It's all right. I gave it to you, so.
Seriously, here. I remembered that when I reviewed it. It just seemed like that was, that the village administrator should be somewhere in the village administrator should be in the list of approvers.
Where's this number 8?
Direction and control.
So,
Yeah, that is in there. That first line is in there. In part because way back, they were also using our vehicles. We didn't want them using our vehicles anymore, or was it the other way around?
I don't remember. I wasn't here. I don't know.
Yeah, you weren't probably. The Public Works Superintendent, Director, it should say, or his designee shall direct when the contractor is to perform, what services are needed, what equipment shall be used, what priority. Is that what you're questioning?
I'm questioning, in the order of, if there's an issue, shouldn't the village administrator be in that order?
She's never been in that order before. As to why, I'm not certain. This has always been sufficient.
Yeah, and I don't know. I mean, I guess I'm not sure if there was something that I needed guidance with. I guess I usually bring it to the administrator.
It seems like that would be the normal course. It would go, from you to the administrator.
then to the committee and then
Yep.
to.
'Cause I'm assuming that's the
chain
role.
Chain of progression, I suppose
mean,
that's,
if
that's
the-
technically correct.
Yeah. I guess if the contractor disagrees with any decision, yeah, I mean, I guess we can change that if that's what's wanted.
I think just for, if there ever was an issue operationally, that seems like that would be an appropriate order.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably a good dot I cross T thing. What are you thinking?
I'm reading. And I'm trying to remember why that wasn't needed before. Yeah, I'm okay with that.
I mean, it does feel like you're kind of skipping a step a little bit. Be nice that it could get resolved before it hits the board.
Right.
That's a good catch. Nice job.
So ask them to add that back in, I guess. Or put it in there if it's never been in there before.
What was it called? Control.
It's direction and control number 8.
Okay.
And put B as the administrator, and then just move the other ones down.
Yep.
So can we move to approve this with those changes then?
I think so.
Well,
It's
I
got,
should take this back to Gary if we're making a change.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, take it back to Gary. See, I don't think he'll have a problem with this.
Well, I mean, if we approve it here with those changes, he can bring it to the board then, right? Because the board still has to vote on that, and then it's gonna be snowing before it comes back to us and then goes to the board again.
What do you think?
Yeah, that's fine. I can talk it over with him tomorrow and
Okay,
see
and
if he accepts those changes, and then if
Yeah.
something
ask Melissa.
goes awry, I guess I'll
And ask Melissa too, make sure she's comfortable with that being added. Okay. All right.
Am I missing the section on how much insurance? I recall that from the previous contract, the amount of insurance, I think was like 500,000, and I'm not seeing it here.
Insurance, that's section 5.
Thank you. Well, I might be missing a page.
New limit, 500,000.
Okay, oh, there we go, yeah, okay. And is that standard for other contracts here?
I
I
don't
thought it
know if
seemed
we
low
really
for a
have
snowplow.
Standard, I don't.
We don't have any
Okay,
like contracts like this, I don't.
Yeah, not really.
okay. And then my other question was like, how often does this go, does it ever go out for other bids, or is it just,
I've investigated other places, and there's no one that even comes near that price.
okay,
And this is only backup, right? I mean, this is only
Yeah.
if it gets so bad that we need help. So it's not like he's the one snow plowing, Patrick
Right.
is, so.
right,
There's also always the possibility of us losing a staff member in the
Right.
field, and we would need their help in such a case.
Yeah, it's basically kind of our insurance, just, because our staff is small.
right.
I would guess that he carries more insurance than this anyway.
I would have to say he probably does.
Every contractor I work with, and I work with a lot.
Yeah.
They're a minimum $1 million, usually
Right.
2.
Right, exactly.
So, it'd be nice, I mean, I guess, does it call for them to provide us with a certificate of insurance? Then we would know what he has, and then we'd be good,
Yes, it does.
so. It'd be a good thing to put a note on. Let's just
Okay.
change it next year, but it'd be nice to see what he does provide, and then we could just move it to that.
Okay,
Or when you're talking to him, you can just ask him.
yep.
Right.
I mean, if he has more than this,
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah.
we'd be good.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Nope.
Alright, so you're suggesting that we do approve it with that change?
With the number 8,
Okay, so make a motion.
move to approve the snow removal contract as written, with the exception of adding the administrator in as the next line of succession under the public works superintendent in section 8, direction and control.
Okay, and that is for the 2021, 2022 snow contract.
Yes.
Okay,
Second.
did you get all that?
I'm glad it's being recorded, put it that way.
I thought that came off pretty good.
All right, as it's a spending issue, Mary?
Yes.
Yes.
And yes from me, it's passed. All right, that brings us to item number 6, which is chair update. I have nothing new to report. And that brings us to item 7, engineering report. Kevin?
This just brought back our CIP plan. Went
Okay.
through and revised this now that getting close to the 6th Street project being completed. So next year, everybody's aware, Wisconsin Street's in the docket to be constructed from 3rd to 6th. There's no changes to that. Threw in here Lemon Street, that is in front of the school. There's some curb and gutter and sidewalk that's deteriorated. So we threw that in for next year. The following year, St. Croix Street, that's the project that you received some LRIP funds on.
Yep.
That one needs to be done by June 30th of 2023. Doesn't leave you a lot of time.
I talked to Melissa about that. She thought that we could probably
Okay.
somehow do that next summer.
Okay, so, yeah, we could, we could try to wrap that in for next year's project, because it doesn't leave you a lot of time. It's doable, but it just makes it a lot easier if you can try to have it done the previous year, because that sunset clauses, the project's gotta be constructed and finalized out and paid out and all that, so we can look at, and it sounds like that's gonna be discussed at the budget meetings. And then the Fifth Street project, again, that's another one that you received some LRIP funds. These are just basically polarizing relays, they're not huge dollar amounts. That one's got a sunset clause of June 30th of 25, so that's why we put that one in for 24. 2025 is the Monroe Street project. That one, you know, it has utilities to reconstruct. The road is somewhat rural. It doesn't have curb and gutter. I'd like to put a sidewalk on the north side just because it's a school. That one we had slated for some STP funds. Fortunately, we didn't get any dollars for that, but we'll definitely be looking at, you know, if there are any grant dollars available to spearhead that project for it. And then 2026 Galahad Road, you know, we've dealt with some drainage issues coming off of the shop yards area. We like to reestablish the ditches in that area. You know, there are a number of people that walk that stretch. You know, you could look at doing some curb and gutter and some storm sewer improvements and redoing the street itself because it's fairly old. And then we have, you know, the retaining walls on Riverside Drive. It's been something that Patrick's monitoring on a yearly basis just to see if it's tipping out farther and how much they've deteriorated over the time, but you know, we have that one in for 2026. Then on the next page, second one down, far right, those are our estimated costs at this point. They're just scoping numbers. Lemon Street, 35,000. St. Croix Street, a little over 90. Wisconsin Street's a big one, 770. Fifth Street, about 80. Galahad Road, just under $1 million. Monroe Street, 750. And then the walls themselves, about a little over under 300,000 for that. So
Wisconsin Street, we bonded for, right? Like, yeah.
No. We're using ARPA on Wisconsin Street, I believe.
okay,
Oh, that's what I was gonna ask.
Portions of it.
What portion of the Wisconsin Street are we responsible for versus,
so basically all of the sewer and water,
Yeah.
100%, and then 20% of the remaining items.
okay,
So when I'm looking at the ARPA funding thing, it says 148,891.86 remaining after the potential 250,000.
so we think we have it covered with ARPA, our
Oh.
part of the Wisconsin Street
With 148 or 149,000.
left,
Yep.
Yeah, because
which is good.
those funds you can use for sewer and water.
And then the Riverside Drive retaining wall, are we keeping an eye on that thing? It's not melting on us? It's still okay?
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, it's not like it's tipping any farther into the road or, I mean,
Is it deteriorating still a little bit?
yeah,
We
it is.
put some Flex Seal on it?
That's a good idea.
Spray patch it.
So, yeah,
Any other questions for Kevin on this item, the SIP capital improvement projects?
Thank you.
yeah,
That's good.
you bet. Thank you.
Anything else from you? Kevin?
Nope, that's it.
Any new dates on the completion of the project up here? I know that they haven't held any water. Every time we get a date, they just slip right on by.
I know, that's about it. Winter is coming, so,
Well, from what I could see, and I'm an avid golfer, I looked out and I don't see any days after today that I would want to go golf. So it's going to be colder, wetter,
Yeah.
from this day forward. But at least, I guess you have to get some questions answered on the trees. That could be the answer to how soon Sixth Street is open.
Well, part of it, I suppose.
It looked like everything else was done. They were even sweeping it.
Well, they've
today.
only got one lane done down here. So.
Oh, yeah, but I'm talking from here up.
Okay, well, I didn't catch that part of it.
Okay, that's the part I'm most
Okay.
interested in.
Oh, yeah, I'm not, I guess they haven't given me a completion on that yet, so, or they haven't announced it.
Okay, and then another question on this section, going that way, that they're working on. When that section is complete, are they gonna switch the stoplights to line up to the bridge versus, do the one lane on the bridge, on the main drag, instead of taking everybody over here to the 7th Street?
I can't really answer that because I don't know, but I would assume that that would make the most sense.
Okay, could we try and get an answer on that, because that, it makes sense to me. And the last guy out there I talked to said they were completing our side before they did anything else under the railroad bridge for some reason. I'm not sure what that reason was. So then it would make sense that they would get this traffic back off of 7th Street, and that's what I'm most interested in.
Yeah, right. Yep.
Okay. Any other questions for our engineer? If not, item number 8, director's report. Patrick?
I don't have a whole lot, I guess. We're just trying to maintain right now, doing, budget things, which, I guess we can talk about in the next, or two items from now. The spray patching, I think, has been going well. We still have the machine, I don't think, for maybe a day or two yet, and then we have to give it back. We do have we lost one guy, so we do have a, ad, I guess, out for a new public works employee. Yeah, that's really all I got, I guess. They did pave the 2 driveways for Freedom and, Cozy Corner, and,
Great.
the liquor store, I think, had their north
Yes.
driveway, I think, needed to be paved, so that's all complete. They finished that up today, so.
Great. That's good. Those businesses will appreciate that, I'm sure. Any questions for Patrick?
And you sure you don't have an update on never mind,
On what?
on the project?
On the project? Well, I mean, basically, that's, like he said, we're kind of talking with the trees. There does seem to be an excessive amount of trees that they want to plant on there. I wouldn't have an issue with that, but once the project is done, those trees are ours.
Yeah.
So I would like
talking
to
80.
see that.
What?
back.
80 trees on this 1 mile stretch, and he's trying to get them to tune it down low, because they do become our responsibility.
Oh my goodness.
1 year later, is that how it works?
Yeah.
1-year warranty period.
They're 1-inch trees, about 5 feet, 6 feet high,
Yeah.
and they're designed, supposedly, they're designed to not wreck the infrastructure. The concrete, these are the kind of trees that apparently the root system does not do that. Is that still correct?
Talked about that through the whole design
That's what we've been
process.
told, yep.
That's what we were told, because it is the DOT's
Yeah.
stuff that could get wrecked as well.
Right.
So we're trusting that these trees won't do that, but 80 of them does seem pretty excessive in a 1 mile stretch. It doesn't feel to me like they're doing a 1-to-1, it feels like they're going beyond.
There's 60.
There was 60
60,
that they
yeah.
took out.
60 was in there.
So, so when he gets that answer, I think, I don't know what he thinks, but I think they are keeping that stretch closed right now, primarily, so that tree guy can get in there and put all those trees in.
Yeah, because once you give it up, you can't take it back.
Right. Right.
Got it.
Okay, any other questions for Patrick? If not, item 9, discussion of future agenda and updates regarding the water service agreement quarterly meetings. Do you have anything that we've got on this list? Do we have a running list now of things?
No, I haven't made anything. I guess I was kind of waiting for some guidance, or if you guys had some ideas of things.
Well, I would like you to bring the sanitary sewer survey and get it out to our members if you can. And I'd like to go through anything on there that is considered a deficiency for North Hudson when it comes to water. Number one item on my list is the chlorine levels, that they have slowly been coming down, but still the DNR is still saying they're too high. So I'd like to find out where that's at. So that would be a matter of an agenda item discussion with them. I know that's on the sanitary survey, or was. And then I think just letting the folks here, the committee, take a look at what's on there for deficiencies from the DNR to us about our water system. We should be able to discuss that and then put that on these quarterly meetings to find out what Hudson is doing to rectify those problems.
And maintain what we have.
Yep.
Are there other things in the agreement that we should pull out for like a regular review?
Well, unless, I mean, I guess if you wanted to kind of try to keep up to date on if the hydrants are getting flushed or the valves are getting turned
Yes.
and things like that, dead ends getting flushed.
Everything that you used to do that they're supposed to be doing should be on a list, and they should be checking that off for us.
Oh, all right.
And it'd be nice.
I can do that.
And it'd be nice to see that list. So
Okay,
that
yep, I
that
can get you
might
that
be in-
list.
Yeah, okay. I've noticed you've been sharing some documents like that with them anyway, about what we were
Mhm.
doing.
Yeah.
Anything else about that one, about the quarterly meetings?
So when's the first one?
It hasn't been set yet, so the thing was signed October what? Was it October? This month?
No, it was the end of September,
End
wasn't
of
it?
September? So it would stand to, I guess, October, November, December, somewhere in December, it would be set. And it's up to us to get the items we want on the agenda to Melissa,
Okay.
Patrick and Melissa. And then she works on setting up the meeting. And I do believe there's still some discussion about who exactly needs to be at that meeting from both sides.
There's set people
There are some set people on the, yeah,
as a minimum.
that was a minimum. Sometimes a minimum's a good thing.
Yeah.
Can get through things a little quicker. Okay. Item 10, Public Works capital and equipment current in 2022 budgeting. So did they receive a copy of, they did, right, of what the Finance Committee's been going over related to
I think so.
Public Works budget?
Mhm.
You sent that on which day?
Today.
Okay.
Today? Budget surplus, is that what it's called? No?
Expenditure detail information form number 1 and 2.
Huh. I am not seeing it. Is it from Patrick?
Mm-hmm.
I've got one from Monday, 2022 budget discussion. It's got expenditure detail.
Yeah, there you go.
Those two? Okay. Okay, so I got sheet number 1 up. These are the budgeted requests that Patrick put in for 2022.
Did you make a inflationary adjustment to your gasoline?
I did bump it
Okay.
up, yep.
Good.
Any questions for Patrick on that first sheet? If not, on the second sheet. Can I ask, are we done with that spray patch machine? Did we run through a month already?
Yeah, I just said, in my report, I said, I think we got a day left,
Okay.
so that's.
And
all.
how are you feeling about that project, doing it that way?
I like it.
Okay.
I like being able to, I like having the freedom of, you know, just going out and doing what we need done.
Do you feel like you
I
got as
like-
much done as
Oh, I think so.
they would have done for us?
I think so, yeah.
Are you gonna be able to show us some kind of a cost, you know?
Yeah, once I get everything,
Okay. It'd be nice to be able to say, look, here's how much money we spent, how much money we would have spent, and
yep,
I think it'd be great to be able to show that.
I can do that.
Okay.
Do you have a list of your proposed capital for 2022?
Did I not include that? I'm
It
sorry.
is not on here.
Yeah.
yet.
So I had I don't, I have them, a copy of them here. I had requested, confined space retrieval equipment and a gas monitor. I was able to order the gas monitor with money that I had from this year, so that will reduce that. That took like $1,400 off, or 1,500, something like that.
Yep.
And then the only other thing that I requested was to replace the F-550. I got kind of a ballpark, and that's why the capital equipment is at $80,900. So that's about all I budgeted for.
During the budget process, just so you know, I'm asking him to get a quote on a portable generator, which is, there's a lot that has to go into that to determine the exact kilowatts that we need, because the cost of these things go up based on the amount of kilowatts that we use. We need help from engineering to make the determinations, what's our biggest, you know, lift station need
Got it.
beyond Big Riverside, which of course has a generator of its own. And you guys know what, are you guys familiar with the problems we have with power outages?
No.
Well, the lift stations don't lift. They just fill up. So what we've been doing is bringing Apostle out here to clear them out during the time that we're in a power outage
So
situation.
we're just gonna get a trailer generator then, like one of those big ones like that? Yeah, okay.
So, the lowest one that you looked at was how much? Like
About 33.
33,000?
Okay.
But we may need more kilowatts than that. We looked at another one that was 48,000, I think. But he wants to make sure all of our numbers are right.
Yeah.
And it could go as high as 60, 70,000
Yep.
for this generator. We
So-
just need to determine the power that we need.
So that's not on here right now?
No.
And that'll go under, is it gonna go under the water or under the,
No.
capital?
No, we're thinking that is a possibility for ARPA funding as well.
And so.
But I'll have, I don't have it together yet, but I should have a list of the different things that we could use the ARPA funding for, and I'll bring that to you guys. So at least we can have discussions.
And do you have our flex ceiling in here? We were gonna try to like bust those out in the next X amount of years.
I do not, no, I did not get that.
I forgot about that myself.
I did too.
Let's make a note,
Yep.
because I think I know how we might be able to increase that. Some of this is gonna come up in the next board meeting, but the finance committee, when they met and we're doing budgets, that's when I made that request for that generator.
Yep.
And there's a few other things that we discussed, and basically Melissa was saying, let's just bring it to the board at that point in time. Or the finance committee again, and then the board. But we're waiting on numbers, basically.
Yep.
I would say that that's not because it's not in here, that doesn't mean it's dead, so.
Right, we can still, I think I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah.
Because that is
I
one
am
I
too,
totally missed.
because I,
We do wanna, how many, do you know what our numbers are? How many we've gotten done and how many are left, kind of thing, even if it's a
I gave
ballpark?
that to you guys.
I know.
A while ago, I don't
I
even know.
can't remember, but it was several hundred, wasn't it, that we were
Yeah.
doing?
There's a lot,
Yeah,
and I know we
still.
were gonna maybe come up with a 5-year plan or
Yeah,
something.
and it was, I think it was gonna be 40 years to get them.
To get them done, if we
At our
get,
pace.
yeah, at our current pace of
Yeah.
spending, so we wanna increase that spending and get,
Yes.
you know, set it into a 5-year, like you said. You want these all done in 5 years. And this stuff is supposedly good for what, 20?
Yeah, it's
So
supposed to
we're
be at
here in
least.
20 years. Okay. Eh, let's see, okay. Any other questions about capital and equipment, current 2022 budgeting?
Yeah, so on the, other operating supplies, is that, was there a budget item for that in the previous budget? I couldn't find it.
To what now?
R&M, other operating supplies, 359, 53630, 359.
You mean for the water?
It's right above the water. Is that the water
Yep,
too?
yep.
Okay. So that is new then?
No,
No.
that actually got deleted with our service agreement.
So that's coming off?
Yeah, it changed
We-
from
we
what
won't
it
have
was
that.
to what, to 0, is what I'm seeing.
Got it. Oh, I see. That's your previous year. Okay.
Right,
Yep.
right.
All right. Okay, got it.
I'm looking at this, are we still gonna get that extra street sweeping thing this year? So we have 2 coming in the fall? Okay.
Yeah, somebody was asking about that along the lake that I know.
Yeah. But it's a guy out on the street, I won't name the street, but he actually had his mower running along the edge of the curb and he was mulching the
That was
leaves.
6th Street.
Not on 6th Street. It was,
He was bagging and mulching.
this guy was not.
Oh.
He was just chopping them up
Oh.
and leaving them there.
Okay.
I don't know why. But they were already in the street.
Sure.
It didn't look like he'd blowed from the lawn in. But anyway, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know why somebody would do that, but I just thought it was funny. All right. Back to. Okay, item number 11, discussion future goals and agenda. Anything? Any future goals, future agendas?
Well,
Items?
so other than the capital improvement list, you mean?
Or anything.
Or anything that you want on the
Want a
agenda.
sidewalk to nowhere? Whatever.
I haven't heard.
Have you guys driven by that?
Yes, it looks,
Sidewalk is
that
done. I
looks
think it
Does
great.
look nice.
it
Walked
looks
on
good.
it.
Yeah, it looks great. Anything else?
Nope.
If not, that takes us to item number 12, and we are adjourned at 6:07 PM. Thank you.